but they're showing Mitch McConnell, who's like unable to address any of the nation's problems, really, but wants to take a victory lap for the Ukraine funding. And rightly so. He deserves every bit of that victory lap. He owns this. But he was like, I think we finally turned the corner on the isolationists. Which, if I can just pause here, he's ripping on his own voters and defaming them as isolationists, not because they are. I mean, like truly speaking, an isolationist is someone who does not want to have any engagement in the broader world, economically, socially, politically, militarily, right? So opposing one proxy war with no chance for success does not actually make you an isolationist. And to say it does makes you stupid. But yeah, he was like, we finally turned the corner on us on the isolationism. And as proof of that, I noticed they don't like it when you call them isolationists. I was like, anyway.
I was hoping for the impression and you gave it to us.
It was so bad. So of course, like while I'm sitting there and like the poor gentle ears of the producers, like in far-flung New York or wherever they are, I just start shouting not nice words at Mitch McConnell. And I was like, I should be more careful about this. This is not, I was off air, obviously, but probably not the most professional.
You don't want to get on a hot mic.
And I want to just remind people that what he was lambasted for, not just by Democrats, not just by the media, but even by Mitch McConnell and other so-called leaders of the Republican Party, was saying that there were good people on both sides of the debate about whether to tear down statues. Good people on both sides of the debate about whether to tear down statues. That was falsely claimed to be a view that there are good people on both sides of the debate about racism. And that was not true, because at the time that he said that, tearing down statues, that's like an open debate, which was, by the way, way too generous to the people who want to tear down statues, but let's leave that aside. That he condemned repeatedly and unequivocally white nationalists and racists and whatnot. And then for the next 2 years, everyone said, but did you say it in the way that we wanted you to say it? We wanted you to use these particular words and you didn't use these particular words. And so every day, I mean, it was mass hysteria, widespread mass hysteria. And then this week, Joe Biden says there are good people on both sides of October 7th, and it's crickets. I actually wondered, because Mitch McConnell emerged from his shell yesterday to condemn his voters. I was like, okay, but I bet he was savvy enough to condemn Joe Biden as well for saying there are good people on both sides of the horrific October 7th attack, which is, what this debate is all about. This is when the protests started. It was October 7th. It's not, I feel like people are like losing sight of what that was.
Of
Even
course
like
they are.
Losing remembrance of what it was. Those videos, those images, those stories are so horrible. I can like barely think about them. And yet we just move on and we just act like they're not even real, right? And Mitch McConnell, who the day after Donald Trump said that there were good people on both sides of the debate about whether to tear down statues, he came out and said, there aren't good people on both sides. And yesterday, when he had a perfect opportunity to go after his best friend, Joe Biden, for this, was totally silent.
Yep.